are you showing off? Wow. Hey, people. It's No Filter Friday, and I have a message, and a very important message to go out to So Ungrateful Punk SoFlo. I let Johnny Mac handle all my clips because I was too fucking mad to deal with you. But I want to tell you what I think about you right now. You went to Joey Dimes and you miscalculated, Mr. Punk, because Joey Dimes has no control over what I say or do. And I'm not his sugar mama. I'm not his girlfriend. I'm none of those things. And even if I was, he couldn't tell me what to say or do. So how's that working out for you, you fucking punk? You know I was telling the truth, or you wouldn't offer to give money to a dog shelter, which you're never going to do. If you do, I will apologize, believe me, and I'll be grateful. But you're never going to do that. And don't you ever think you can go to anybody and tell them to shut me up, because he tried, and I've got the recording. He said very nicely, Terry Time, I appreciate you sticking up for me, but from now on, I'll handle it. Okay, he can handle it. In fact, all you mob wives, mob faders, bottom feeders can handle your own shit. Don't ever think I'm bringing up another one of you sad sacks again, ever. Because God forbid, mob wives will come down on you. The king of all of you, your leader, the guy you kissed the ring to, a wife beater. Did 22 years in jail and prison, and he's trying to tell me that he's not going to intellectually drag me. Now, what exactly does that mean, you punk freak? I've been in the drug world since 1969. Figure it out. Since I know you Cubans aren't good at math, you and Maria never get my age right. I'm 72. I'm 71, actually. I'll be 72 next month. So you don't know how to do math. You're caught. You said you don't want to drag me intellectually. Well, how exactly do you mean that? Because like I said, I've been in the drug world since 1969. Oh, yeah. And I've never been to jail in my life. I've never even been arrested. So that puts me 22 years smarter than you are, at least. Because you went to jail. You're so stupid, you're not even a good criminal. And whether I do snap or not is my business. It's not yours. And you have spent months making fun of that Carlos dude who I don't even know, but you showed his mouth and said he was a meth mouth. You've made fun of Lefty. You've made fun of anybody. But you would rather have just Jules, a sex trafficking bee, and a cartoon over there with you than me. Well, buddy, I had already left you. You didn't get rid of me. I got rid of you. And I told FBS I was going to do it because I said I just can't tolerate him anymore. But I do have a clip you might be interested in, people, since he's so sure he knows who Chicago is. Why in the world is he offering a $5,000 bounty to find out who he is? This is how stupid this ignorant piece of punk is. And don't worry about my breast and my dried up pussy either, Mr. Ungrateful SoFlo. Guess what? Just like you, I learned how to do my butt. I do it just like you. You could take in the butt, and guess what? So can I. So don't worry about my dry vagina, my dry Virginia. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about my drooping tits. Keep to the facts. The facts are you're an ungrateful. You're entitled. You think you are. You know you are. Or you wouldn't offer to give it to the dog kennel, but you couldn't stop there and just say, well, I'm just going to make this right and give it to a dog shelter. Oh, no, you had to drag Joey Dimes in it. And Joey Dimes, I hope this doesn't get you in trouble with the mob wives, because I guarantee you this will be the last time I mention your name ever. I will not comment on your videos. And all you mob wife, mob feeders, trembling in your boots because the big ruthless woman beater, ungrateful, is coming after you. Don't worry, I won't mention your names unless I hate you. And then if I hate you, I'll mention your names because you're all scared of him. You're all scared of what the mighty 22-year-old wife-beaten, pool stick-beaten liar will do to you. Well, guess what? You miscalculated, Mr. fucking SoFlo, because you don't scare me. You don't have a goddamn thing on me, and you never will, because I've never been to jail. You want to look up my last speeding ticket? It was in 1989, and I was doing 69 and a 55, and I paid for it and got it adjudicated. Do you know what that means, Mr. Know-It-All, Mr. Legal Mind, Mr. I'm not going to take her on intellectual level? I know you're not, because you're too stupid. You have to have intellect to argue with somebody, and you don't have it. How can you justify being a bit smarter than me? You're in your 60s. You don't own a home, which I do. In fact, I own 2 of them. Look that up. I have a very successful dog business that I've had for years. I've had more men than you have. That's hard to believe, but I bet I have. And I bet I've had more women than you have, too. So what is your damn problem? Just admit you're an ungrateful slime ball. You never said thank you for any of the cash apps. You absolutely did say, when I gave you the $20 super chat, oh, you're going to throw me a bone because people were in there and heard it, and they've all come and are willing, and they're not scared of the mob wives like you are. I know now why you fucking mob wives fit in with the bottom feeders, because y'all act like women. You little sensitive, oh, I don't want to ruffle, God forbid, FBS or Gunsmoke or any of them great scary guys. Well, I'm not scared of any of you. Have you got that? There's nothing any of you fuckers can say or do about me that bothers me, because it makes you look stupid, not me. Now, I've got to see who's in here, because I may have a guest. There's Johnny Mac. Hey, Johnny. What's up? Hi, Muscle. $5,000 bounty. I'm going to play that right now before I bring anybody up here with me. How did that work out for you, SoFlo? Getting Joey Dimes to shut me up. How's that working out for you? He really shut me up, didn't he? I'm not his fucking girlfriend. I'm not his sugar mama. I looked at his videos and I thought they were funny, and Tony Pizza's a piece of shit and a dog abuser. But that's over with now. That is over with. He don't want me sticking up for him, then fine. I'm not going to call his channel out or nothing either. I found out what he is. I found out what all these mob wife people are. They fit right in with the bottom feeders because they act like a bunch of fucking girls, body shaming people and look shaming people. And I've never done that, never. And don't be showing me your package anymore, SoFlo, because I've seen hundreds of them, hundreds. And I can take it in the ass just like you. So don't worry about my goddamn Virginia either, because it's in fine shape. And if I were you, I'd get on the meth recipe. It might give you some smarts and some snack because you're an idiot and you're repetitious. And if you really thought that lame goddamn move going after Johnny or Joey Dimes was going to affect me, guess what? How's it working, buddy? This is a new nickname for SoFlo, everybody. So Ungratefol. Ruthless. Oh, he's ruthless. He said my tits dragged to the cellar and my pussy's all dried up and it's been years. Let me tell you something. I got a 35-year-old man right now. I can get all the men I want. If I can't get them, I can buy them. Something you can't do. But let me hear you this bounty he's got on you, Muscle. I'm glad you're in here. You might be interested to know. And this came from the bee herself. I have people sending me clips everywhere. You fuckers have no idea how many people I know. None of you. Here it is, folks, in the bee's own words. Here we go.
Getting in the way of whatever Tony SoFlo is doing with him, whatever. Tony SoFlo put it on his head. Tony SoFlo said $5,000. Anybody who's good at locating people and needs some cash, Tony SoFlo has put out $5,000. That is why I'm not getting in the way of whatever Tony SoFlo is doing with him, whatever. Tony SoFlo put it on his head.
$5,000, people.
$5,000.
You can tell him where Chicago. But
cash. Tony SoFlo has
$5,000 to find out where he is and who he is, but yet he's been throwing that mom pass picture around for months. He's a joke. He doesn't know a damn thing. I've got a private investigator. I had him on it. He said it was like going down a rabbit hole, and he didn't feel like fucking with it. And how important was it to me? I said, it ain't really that important. Just forget it. But I didn't have to put a GoFundMe up. I had my own money. I got my own private investigator. And besides that, Besides my pussy being dry, SoFlo, I know how to give a slammer head job. They don't call me the head queen of Grand Saline for nothing, buddy. So don't worry about my sex life. Don't worry about my Virginia. Don't worry about the fine looking women I get, because I get better looking women than you do. I'll put any of my women up against the pitiful pieces of shit I've seen you with, and I hate talking about other women. And it's no filter Friday, folks, so I have no filter on. So please try to hide your eyes because it may be hard on your eyes. And now I'm going to invite someone up here with me. And Johnny, you handled those clips perfectly because I was too mad and I don't think I could have sat there and gone through them all. So excellent, like you did. So, Mr. Ungrateful, entitled, failed criminal, that I'm not, because I've never went to jail. Check it out. I'm sure you have. I have never been to jail in my life, and I've been with cooks. I've been with junkies. I've been everywhere. Me and Nancy have been everywhere. I've never even come close to going to jail. So how are you intellectually smarter than me? You don't own anything. I own 2 homes. I've been married 6 times. 2 of them were to 1% bikers, and that's how come I'm positive that Muscle was a biker. I don't know about the Valor shit. I don't give a fuck about it. But some of the stuff he was talking about in the old days, the red phosphorus and all that shit, you don't know that unless you've been there and done that. And I've been there and done that. So, Flo, why don't you go look that up? Maybe I'll do a new line of business. And the people that follow you are as weak-minded and fucking feminine as you are. Oh, and by the way, I've been getting some sugar in the britches vibes from you. Oh, yeah. I kind of thought maybe there's a little sugar in this guy's britches. So I got a gay friend that buys my dogs, comes here and talks to me. And I said, hey, take a look at this dude and let me know what you think. He said, oh, yeah, that guy's got. So me and you got an asshole, buddy. We don't have to worry about Virginias, do we? Do we? So Flo. But I bet I can suck a better dick than you. And what are you always talking about, man? Dingo, dingalings. Who's that supposed to impress? Are you out of your mind? And you got a bunch of people up there, Lefty, who I am not going to talk bad about, but don't go after him, please. Please, 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 Soflo, don't go after Lefty. Just because I like him and I think he needs help, don't go after him. He doesn't know anything about this. And I'll never mention Joey Dime's name again after today. That's it. You won't ever see another comment or nothing from me because I don't want you mob wives getting all upset in your feelings and going after these guys. I feel sorry for Lefty, but I've heard you call that Carlos dude, who I don't even know every name in the book, and show his mouth with no teeth. Guess what? I've got all my teeth. And I've been doing it since 69. I'm going to do some right now. Call the cops, why don't you? Don't you fucking mob wives call the cops. I've been waiting for an excuse to go off on you freaks. I've just been waiting for an excuse, and this is it. I'm not scared of you. There's nothing you could do to me. Nothing. My past is out there. And look, I wanted you to see my saggy tits with no bra because I know you're fascinated with them. Look at that. And they're not prison tattoos either. You don't have no tattoos. So you must have been a boy in the pen because all the men that I talk to, they're tatted up. Anyway, your little plan's not working out for you. If you still want to drag Mr. Dimes Monday, then you do what you have to do because he don't tell me what to say. Nobody does. That's why I've been married so many times and beat up so many times, because nobody controls my mouth. Nobody. Not you, not Joey Dimes, not anybody. And I'm hesitant to say I like anybody. I know Chicago and Johnny don't care. I can say I like them because they're not scared of you. They're not scared. They don't give a fuck what you say or do. You don't know who he is. I just showed the proof. You're offering a $5,000 reward for information on Chicago Muscle, even though you've been preaching that David Mompass. That's David Mompass. You're a joke. You're a stupid joke. Now let me see who's in here. The Watcher, sleep like Trump, get it right. She slept. Watcher, where you been, buddy? I got my Trump hat right here. As I've said before, if you got a trigger, put the safety on or leave the fucking room. If you're sick or if you're crying about something, get the fuck out. I don't want to hear it. I don't give a fuck about your crying and your whining. And if you got a race card, guess what? Take a big glass of freedom of speech and get the fuck out of here, because I don't want no race card bullshit in here either. I'm going to say what I want to say, and the people in my chat can say what they want to say. If you can't handle it, this ain't the room for you. And if you think you're going to tell me what to say, so ungrateful, since that triggers you. If I was a goddamn man convicted of murder, attempted murder, and all the things his rap sheet says, the last thing that would make me mad is being called ungrateful. And he knows I was telling the truth. And I knew he wouldn't give no money to a dog shelter. But he's given $5,000 to find out who Muscle is when he supposedly knows exactly where he is. What a joke. What a piece of shit joke. And you fucking mob wives make me sick, because you're all just alike. There ain't one bit of difference between any of you. I thought there was, but I was wrong. Now, this is the Constitution, people. I suggest that you all get a copy of this and read it, all you little race cards and woke people. Read the Constitution. Read about freedom of speech. Do that. Do that before you start arguing with me. And before you do 22 years in prison for getting caught, don't try to say you're intellectually smarter than me, because, baby, I've been doing drugs since 69. I ain't never been close to getting arrested. I've been in some tight spots. I got out of them. I've never been arrested like you. I don't have nothing in my background to hide, or you'd have dug it up. Good luck digging it up. Keep making fun of my tits and my dry pussy, because, like I said, I know how to use this mouth, and I know how to use my ass, just like you, just like they do in prison, right? Is that right, Mr. Ungrateful? How's your telling me to shut up working out for you? I've got content now for days, and if you keep letting that bee run her mouth about you having a $5,000 bounty out on Muscle, hey, Muscle, and there's some broke people, I'd be watching out. Some of them gonna be taking that $5,000 bounty up. They would love to find out who you are and where you are. You might need to up it a little bit. You timed him out, Johnny Mac. Who'd you time out? Who did Johnny Mac time out? Simply, I'm going to drop you Simply Sophie, I'm going to drop you the link. See if I can do this just perfect. I think I can. I think I learned because I had an excellent teacher, Johnny Mac. Did it show up? There, look at that. Hit it, Sophie or Johnny. Who'd you time out, Johnny? Don't be timing my man out. Johnny, who'd you time out? First Amendment, real deal. And when Muscle started talking about all that red phosphorus, guess what, Muscle? I was a gold mine. I worked at the salt mine. And you know what they put in those mineral salt blocks? I worked at the salt mine for 45 years. Red phosphorus. There were bags of it. There was a whole warehouse full of red phosphorus. And when you mentioned that, I said, this dude may be stolen valor. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know if he's been to prison or not, but I know one thing. He knows what that Nazi meth was. I know he knows what that was. Freedom of speech, damn Skippy. Hey, Rolex, I'm going to give you a wrench, too. I don't want nobody messing with you. No one cares about Slow Blow. I know, but I just wanted him to know, Brittany, that he doesn't have any control over me. Let me see. I think I got somebody down. I got 3 guests down there. Mr. Soulflow, come on up, you piece of shit. Glad to see you, you idiot. There's Sophie. And there's Johnny Mac. And we'll see what Mr. Ungrateful has to say. And we'll see if his little trick to get Joey Dimes to shut me up. Go ahead. I won't overtalk you like you do. Yes or no? Talk. Can any of you hear me? I don't hear you.
Hello. Hey, how you doing, Terry?
Talk.
Terry, how you doing, man? You look really sexy today, Terry.
Oh, really?
Have you said, hey, yeah, I know you look for a 75-year-old, for a 75, you look pretty sexy today, baby. Huh? How much math have you done today, sweetheart?
I'm doing it right now. I don't calculate it. I just do it every day, all day long. And that's none of your business.
You should be worried about your grandchildren. And, you know what I mean? Look at the example.
My grandchildren are fine. Don't you tell me how to raise my family. You got a son in prison. So don't tell me how to run my family.
Why you gotta be so racist, sweetheart? Huh?
I can be whatever I want to be.
But are you racist? Yes or no? You don't like black people. You don't like Cubans. You don't like black people.
Racist.
You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of time here right now because I'm gonna go live, people. I'm gonna blast the hell out of this old lady over here today, guys. All right, Sophie, you might want to stay out of this.
Good. Oh, he's threatening you. Stay out of it, guys.
I'm not threatening her. I'm threatening Johnny Mac. Hey, Johnny Mac, you's a bitch. All right, don't you ever plan on coming down here to SoFlo, bro, because let me tell you, the least is going to happen is you're going to get robbed. But listen, let me explain to you something, Terry Time. Listen, how much money you send me so I can send it to you right now, Cash App, bitch?
I don't know how much. You never sent me a thank you. But I know it was over $200. I know it. You give it to an animal shelter, and we'll call that good.
You are a racist hag. $5,000 reward on that
all you got? Shit. Bring it.
Yeah. Hey, is that all you got?
I'm a racist hag. Is that it? Because I'm a Trump person and I don't like woke people.
Fuck you and Trump, bitch. Fuck you and Trump.
Never fucking me.
Fuck you and Trump, bitch. You old hag. You look, your pussy's so dry. I'm serious. Y'all can find my fingernails with your pussy. That's the problem with
whatever
you,
you say.
You are a loser. You're 75.
I'm a loser, and I have 2 homes, and you can't threaten me, and I'm the loser, and you did 22 years in the pen, and I'm the loser.
Lady, you can't even get.
And you got a son in the pen, and I'm the loser. Seriously.
You're hanging around with Just Josie, with Johnny Mac, who likes to beat on his wife.
Josie, I don't even know Josie.
She's right here, right now on your show. Right here, right now. She's a fucking drunk, bro, from across the pond.
Sophie and Johnny Mac. Just Josie ain't nowhere near me. I don't even know her.
You need to go to sleep, lady. You need to go to sleep.
I don't need to sleep.
Yes, you do. Look at you. You're destroying your body. You might not last another year, lady.
What difference does it make? I'm in my 70s. It's not your problem.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you.
Don't help me. I don't need your help.
You look like an old hag, bro, from a Lord of the Rings show.
Idiot. I'm 71.
No, you're 78. You look like 80.
Come on.
You look like you could be my mother. Come on, man.
I probably could be, but I'd have raised you better than your mother did. You'd have been drop kicked when you were about 3 years old.
Look how tore up you are.
You'd have had some respect for females.
I could be like your 35-year-old son, lady. That's what I could be. Listen, I know. Look, why are you doing like that with your tongue? Don't be trying to be all sexy with your tongue like that.
I got a pendulum jaw.
Are those your real teeth, by the way? Let me see your teeth. Smile. They're all tore up, aren't they? When was the last time you went to the dentist, you old hag?
Why are you worried about my health?
Baby. I love you, baby.
I don't need your advice.
Stay strong,
Johnny
baby.
or Sophie, say something to this idiot, or I'm going to make him do yes and no.
You old dry pussy hag. Bye.
Wasn't that wonderful? Didn't he make a great showing for himself? He's jealous because I get more women than he does. There's Sophie and a little cute dog. Hi, Sophie. There's some people in here, but I can't find them. It shows more guests. I was trying to look at who the more guests were. Let's see. No, it's just you and Johnny Mac, and that's it. Okay, go ahead and talk, you guys. I let him run his mouth. I can't hear you. Sophie, are you talking? Are you talking? Can you hear me? He's not giving any money back. He's gonna, I don't know why I can't hear you guys. Sophie, can't hear you. No sound. Johnny, can you talk? I don't know why I can't hear you. What am I supposed to do? Can you hear me? Go down and come back up. Maybe SoFlo drowned everybody out. He make a good name for himself, talking about my tits and my Virginia. He knows I can do it. I could probably make it in the pen better than him. Because I know how to slob a knob really good. Let's see, the Watcher. Watcher, where are you coming from all of a sudden? I know you hear me, but you couldn't hear my guest. I'm having them come back up in here. You couldn't hear So and now he's going to do a live bashing me. Oh, that'll be great. That'll be great. Johnny Mac, may you have to turn up your volume. It's up as high as it'll, where's the volume thing? Because it's up as high as it'll go, and I could hear him just fine. Everybody can hear me just fine. So I don't really know how to do it. There, it's up all the way. So try to come back up, and I'm going to let you talk, and I'm not going to say nothing.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can hear you now.
All right, good.
I can hear it all.
I was screaming back and forth at George. Apparently nobody heard
I guess
me.
all they could hear was me and him. Wasn't he pathetic?
Well, what I was saying was, listen to the way he treats women. He put on a very nice display of who he really is.
Yep. And I played the bounty thing. Chicago, he's got a $5,000 bounty on your head, right straight from the bee's mouth.
Well, how about this, though? He's got $5,000, right? So he should have no problem paying back the money.
I know.
Let's see a donation today, George. Proof of that donation.
That animal shelter is waiting. And how did his little game plan work about pressuring Joey Dimes to tell me to shut up? How'd that go out for him?
Well, Joey Dimes came into the chat and he said he was listening. So are you still listening, Joey Dimes? I want to let you know this is the guy that you kicked your friends to the curb for.
Yeah,
that
this is the guy. Right there.
It don't make no sense to me.
Okay, hang on, Chicago. I have to do this slowly because I just learned how to do it. And I'm getting ready to drop it for you.
Yeah, because Muscle got to catch all that too.
Oh, did he? I didn't know. I couldn't read the thing, so.
Yep. He was there and watching it. It's George likes to chase us around. He stalks us. He's a weird guy, but you all seen how he acts. And this is the way he treats women. He just gets nastier and nastier. He's a freaking predator. George is a bully. He's a sexual deviant. I said that yesterday. It's nonstop sexual comments with him. He's a sexual deviant. Gunsmoke, he's a sexual deviant. Same shit out of him.
I'm glad you didn't kick me anywhere, Joey, because that hurt my feelings. What he says about me does not hurt my feelings. But when I thought I made you mad just because I stuck up for you and the mob wives come after you, that hurt my feelings. You can ask Johnny and Sophie both. I was upset about that. I could care less what that fool says. Yeah. Now, how do I adjust the link again, Johnny? Because when I'm hitting guest, it's not telling me. Oh, yeah, it is. Never mind. My mistake. Here you go, Chicago. Here you go.
Hey, Joey Dimes, I hope you see what these scumbags are doing to my wife. I'm dealing with the men.
Yeah, listen to Gunsmoke, the wonderful Gunsmoke that I actually like, too. Maybe one of the mob wives will come after him now.
Yep. A guy who lives with his grandparents, plays video games all night long, jerks off in a tube sock,
I just dropped
doesn't have
Chicago.
A woman.
Thank you, Joey Dimes. That means the world to me because I was upset. And if you don't believe me,
yeah,
there were 2 people on a merge. I was so upset. I wasn't upset about SoFlo. But when you asked me to not ever stick up for you, I thought, well, what a way to treat somebody when I've done nothing but think you're wonderful and call you out every time. And you got your little fan club over there in Canton. That hurt my feelings. Nothing the ungrateful SoFlo does or says bothers me. I dropped the link, Chicago.
Now you guys see
it was more
when if you go on Soblo's panel, this is what he does. You can never debate the guy.
Than sticking up for him.
Oh, wait a minute. I see him. I see Chicago. There you are. There you are. I'm adding you to the stream, and I hope we can hear you.
What's up?
There, we hear you just fine. I think SoFlo better stick to fighting with men because women seem to clean his goddamn clock pretty fucking good.
You seem to be doing a pretty damn good job up there.
That Trump hat fires him up. All I gotta do is put my Trump hat on. That fucker's ready to cut his own throat.
His old lady's a registered Democrat, so that should tell you everything.
I don't have to. I know what that fucker is. I can tell a woke joke when I see one. At Chicago, please don't be mean to my Rolex racers.
We've been talking.
Have you given him a wrench?
I think Deadly did last night.
You
Didn't
gave him a
Rolex
wrench.
is a good
He's
guy.
got a wrench.
Hey, at least he listens to reason. He doesn't deny the truth. You know what I mean?
And please don't be mean to Sophie.
Well.
I know that's between you and her, but you know how I get about my friends. Don't come after her like SoFlo does Joey Dimes.
Well, the jury's out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you guys be friends.
And you
okay.
know why, Sophie, so don't sit up there like you don't. But anyway, yeah, Terry.
I haven't said anything.
Yeah, Terry, deal with that fucker the way you need to.
I'm going to.
And the $5,000, you know, here's the thing. Why not spend that $5,000 putting gas in your car to come see me someplace? I've offered him 1,000 times, and he
He
won't
has
do
to
it.
find
Good
you
point.
and find out who you are. That's what.
Yeah,
the
why?
5,000.
So he can sit on the end of his computer and talk shit? I'll drop 5 in that motherfucker's mouth. You know I will. Everybody knows I will. I'm just not going to give him the opportunity to screw with my family and my kids and all of that, like he likes to do, at the comfort of his home where he's safe, where nobody can whip his Cuban ass.
And talking about me taking care of my family is successful just like me.
Well, it doesn't look like you're living with your spouse's parents sitting on the computer you bought with your COVID loan money that you hustled and you're going to prison for, son of a bitch.
Yeah, and I when you talked about that red phosphorus and your music, I knew we had a bond because there's only certain people in the '70s that would have known that red phosphorus story.
Yeah, that was the original recipe.
Yes, it was.
It's kind of like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
There was a mother load of it where I work, so don't you think I was special to them guys?
Yeah, well, what it was basically Sonny and those guys out there figured out the old Hitler recipe. That's exactly what that shit was, and we used to call it double dope. And,
yeah, we used to call it Nazi man.
Right. Well, that's basically what it was. It was the old recipe, but you know that.
When I heard you talk about that, I thought I don't know what he's telling the truth about or not, but I know that shit's
I'll give
real.
you more information. I remember how that shit used to come in big old boulders. And
yes, I remember it all. I was there. I went to Sturgis in '69. That's how old I am.
Oh shit! I wasn't even born in '69.
Oh come on! I'm old, but by God, my tits hang to the cellar, and I got a dried up pussy. If you don't believe me, ask folks.
Oh yeah, I got that fucking guy runs his mouth. But you remember how that shit had red swirl in it?
Yeah, the way they do it now is shake and bake. I can do it myself here.
That's it's a totally different thing because they took all that. Oh, you can't even get the original chemicals.
No, and guess what else they took out of it? The diet stuff.
Right.
Because I ain't skin and bones like I should be.
The ephedrine. But, yeah, you fucking gotta be careful of that shit, though, because there's so much crap nowadays, you know. I quit fucking partying a long time ago, but I did, believe it or not, I sobered up in prison. 12 fucking years, and... You know, I'm kind of glad I'm sober because, boy, I'll tell you what, I was a wild son of a bitch back then.
Well, I ain't as wild as I used to be, but I can still hang with them, and I still do.
Get on that bike and ride for 3 days straight. When you had to do a run to Lacona or any of the frickin' big rallies, you know, you're obligated to be there.
Well, Muscle,
yeah.
I think me and Johnny Mac and Sophie ought to get that $5,000 and divide it between the 4 of us.
Okay, I'll give you my address after the show.
Okay.
But what's his fucking problem with you? What the hell?
Because I went on there, I don't know if you saw the live, and it wasn't even mean. It was just, he said something about giving my money back. One of my friends, and I'm not going to give their name up, told me, and they sent me a clip where he said he would give my money back.
Uh-huh.
So he never said any more about it. So I just went on there and said, give my money back then. You brought it up. I didn't. Give me my money back.
How much did you give him?
I have no idea, but I know it was closer to 400 than 200. Way closer to 400. And the thing that got me mad is anybody you send a cash app to, anybody, sends you a little heart or a thank you or something. He never did. I never even knew if he got them or not. That's how much he didn't care about anything.
Right.
And I was getting sour on him, and I was kind of putting up with him because of FBS. Because you know how they all get mad if anybody leaves their little pack over there. So
right.
I put up with him, and I couldn't stand it when he said that about throwing him a bone. So I told FBS in private, I said, I'm not fooling with this dude no more. You can do what you fucking want to. I'm done with him. I am totally done with him. He's ungrateful. He's entitled.
That sure fucking pissed him off when you said it.
I know it. He knows it's
Oh
the
my
truth.
God, I never seen him so triggered in all my life.
I would rather be called ungrateful than a rapist and a pool stick killer.
I've been busting his balls for 6 months over here, and all you had to say was ungrateful, and he completely lost.
Oh yeah. He went nuts. And then when he went and asked Joey Dimes to do that, that hurt my feelings bad, that he would go after the one person that I respected, liked, loved his content. To think that he would go after him, that's when I lost it.
Well, anybody that tells the truth about his bullshit he tries to victimize. You know, and that's well known. He does that all the time. You know.
Well, it's not working out with him with me because nobody tells me what to do. Nobody.
Well, you know.
Not a scorpion biker, not a bandito biker, nobody.
Me and Joey Dimes don't have all the same friends, but that doesn't matter. I see him as a truth teller.
I do too. That's why I respected him, and I love his content. That Tony Pizza mask is funny.
That's why I said, hey, you know, I don't have a problem with you, bro. You're welcome to on my show anytime or whatever, because you know what? I don't really give a shit if at least he doesn't support that rapist piece of shit.
No, he doesn't. What's Rolex? I can't figure out why FBS is so loyal. I can't either. Like behind the scenes, it surprises me and doesn't add up. Doesn't me either, Chicago. What do you think?
What's that?
Why FBS is so loyal to that joke. He's got to know he's a clown. He's got to know he doesn't know who you are.
I have absolutely no idea. You know, the thing of it is that baffles me is I showed the charges. I showed the fact that he beats women. I showed the fact that he's a low-life scumbag motherfucker.
Oh, here he comes again. You ready, people?
Sure.
Here he comes again.
Bitch.
Hey, it's a rapist. What's up, Rainbow? You fucking faggot. You faggot. You wig-wearing whore. You wig-wearing faggot. You wig-wearing faggot. You dick-eating motherfucker. Bro, I'm not your bro, motherfucker. I'm not your bro, pussy. What's my name, faggot? What's my name, faggot? What's my name, faggot? You fat girl fucking pussy. Where's your mother, motherfucker? In the ground? I'll piss on your mother. You faggot, 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 faggot. What's my name, homo? What's my name, homo? What's my name, homo? What's my name, homo? Jump around, dance for me. Dance for me, monkey. 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 You fucking piece of shit. You mad, motherfucker? Are you mad, motherfucker? You're getting fucking hosed. You got beat up. Cry for me, bitch. Cry for me, faggot. Cry for me, faggot. Cry for me, faggot.
I'm hillbilly. I'm plump-loving hillbilly. That's who triggered you, you fucking punk.
That's what you gotta do. Big digger dick up your ass, bitch.
Bro.
Are you mad, bro? Are you mad, bro? Are you mad, bro? Are you mad, bro? Bitch, 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 bitch. Where's that $5 grand?
You, your mother, your father, your grandmother, your daughter, your son.
And I'm not getting off you. I'm not getting off you.
Fuck all you. I don't give a fuck about Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck about your daddy. I don't give a fuck about your family. I don't give a fuck about your
Don't cry, banana boy. Don't cry, banana boy. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad, George? You fucking rapist. You fucking rapist. You fucking rapist. You fucking woman beat the
Show me
rapist.
your soul, bitch.
Rapist! Rapo! It's Rapo the clown! You fucking rapist! Rapist!
He triggered. Especially, he don't like hillbillies, and neither does FPS. They don't like hillbillies or rednecks. They don't like Trumpers. And guess who's getting that motherfucker out of his mind? A hillbilly, redneck, Trump. Can you believe it? And a 71-year-old woman at that with fucking tits and a dry pussy has got that son of a bitch ready to cut his own throat.
Where'd you go, rapist?
I wish you'd try to beat me up one time.
Boy, was he triggered. Now that's triggered.
That is triggered. Muscle, I did something. You got to give me credit. To this hillbilly redneck.
Oh, I love you, Terry. You fuck. Oh, son of a bitch, that was good.
He'll probably be back.
Oh my God, that was fucking classic. Oh, he was so fucking triggered, he lost his shit right there.
I know. I know he did. Because he thought he was really going to shut me up. All he did is put a fire under me. I ain't even been after the bottom. And that bounty he's got on you, how is he going to describe a $5,000 bounty on you? When he knows
he's going to have a heart attack getting that trigger, man.
He might.
That was the worst I've seen him. That was super triggered there, buddy.
Well, us bikers know how to do it, don't we, Terry?
Yes, we do. And especially when they're from the hills of Pennsylvania and they're meth heads since 1969. Oh, we know how to trigger them people like him, them woke people. We wake them up real quick. Still don't like the idea I got better looking women and men than he does. Both.
Terry, you're a fucking trip, girl. Oh my God. You crack me the fuck up. But you don't, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, he doesn't find you funny whatsoever.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
And the only reason I haven't ever said anything is because of FPS. But when he started being mean to Rolex and some, I'm scared to say I like anybody because he'll drag them if I do. But
oh my God, I laugh so fucking hard I'm crying here. Jesus Christ.
I wish he'd come back again for a threesome. I want somebody to get that money. I'm serious. $5,000, some serious money, Chicago. You're pretty important to him.
Oh, yeah, but fuck, he ought to at least offer 10 as badass as I am.
Rolex, you're right. It kills him that we all have him figured out. And Otis says,
yeah.
Otis, I don't know this Otis, but Muscle having his way with his jester clown boy. I don't know. I know who Watcher is. Watcher, I don't dare to say I love you. He may come after you if I do that.
I'm sure a lot of my people, if they found out I'm over here yelling at SoFlo, definitely come by.
Oh, yeah. This one's going to blow up with views.
Oh, yeah. I'll direct all my people to this video.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug this one.
I can't believe you've never gave me a really chance. Just because I don't want to join a team, I kind of like to do stuff solo. Ain't no reason
What do you mean? You got a wrench in my room, of course.
I know, but it's like on a second, like I'm on a back burner.
Well, you can fucking come up on my panel anytime you want, honey.
Yeah, you're always
you make
welcome.
me fucking laugh. I enjoy hanging out with you.
I can't put up with all your squalling females that you have in there, though. That gets on my nerves. I ain't into them crying and whining sad stories.
We're probably going to need to change the program on that anyway.
Rolex is saying it kills him that everyone is on to him. Everyone knows who you are, George, a lifelong. How come I don't know maybe they have good sex. I don't know what FPS sees in this dude. He's smart enough to know the guy is a total waste of time.
He's losing money
making a fool of himself.
I have no idea.
He's taken away. He threw away Pee Wee, a big donator.
He threw away Rolex.
Threw away Rolex, BK Sal Crook, Medic.
He didn't throw away me. I left, and I did talk to him about it before I did.
Over SoFlo, though. But that's what I'm saying. This guy's costing him money, and he's in it for the money. He's like king beggar, right?
If he thinks he's going to get money out of them bottom feeders, he's got another thing coming because there's some broke bitches.
That's a fact.
Now, they may take you up on the $5,000 in Chicago. They may take him up on that.
Well, Terry.
Yet till they find out he ain't got no $5,000. He ain't got shit.
And they
he ain't showing the money.
They will also find out just what everybody else is. I scrubbed my shit 15 years ago. You ain't finding me unless I want to find you. You ain't finding me.
Well, can you believe he's doing that? How hypocritical. He has no self-awareness. How he's been hanging at all his hopes and dreams on David Montpass, and then he's out with a $5,000 fucking bounty. How stupid is that? How stupid can you be to not see that?
He is a fucking unintellectual retard, and that's exactly what he is. He's a moron. The guy has no brains whatsoever. Well, you listen to him. Instead of coming on here, and he actually gets a shot to fucking talk and run his mouth to me, and what's he do? He screams about black dicks.
Yeah, I don't get over that. I can't understand that man.
That's all he does.
Fascination.
I would have fucking wanted to say, hey, SoFlo, why don't you take that $5,000 and go get your son a lawyer because he's fixing to do 20, you fucking idiot.
And then he's talking about my kids. Why don't I go? My kids are successful.
Yeah,
very
mine too.
successful.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
So he's the last one to be giving me parenting advice or sex advice for that matter. My pussy's fine. He don't need to worry about my dry pussy.
He is a complete loser. There is nothing to, I mean, he's got nothing, so he's got to get on here and scream and dance around like a fucking monkey. That's
I just love it that I got him that triggered just by calling him out on his goddamn cash.
Oh, yesterday, or was it yesterday, or when was it you had, you said something about called him ungrateful, and he fucking lost it.
Oh, I know he did. And that's when he brought Joey Dimes into it, and that's what hurt my feelings because Joey didn't deserve to be dragged into none of it. Just because I like him, he got dragged into it.
Well, that's just the way this fucking imbecile thinks. He thinks that he's got to attack everybody and anybody just to get a point across, and he's a pussy.
Somebody wants to know, no bark and all bite, says, why was he screaming the N-word?
Yeah, he was. What the hell is that?
I don't know.
You're not black, George. You can't say that. That makes you a racist scumbag, too. You don't have the right to use
George
that.
Is a huge douchebag.
He is. He's a hypocrite, man. He's a fraud. And the fact that we have him pegged, he can't stand it. The more we expose him, the more triggered he gets.
Johnny, you know he likes getting pegged.
Oh, he loves getting pegged. And like father, like son, his son's getting ready to go get pegged and he's going to get his asshole resized for the next 20 years.
He is very upset, and I'm glad that Terry Time could make that happen for him.
I can do it. I'll tell you what, I'm not a hillbilly for no reason. I was born in the mountains, and I will survive, and I know how to fuck with people, and I know how to fuck with them good.
Oh, God, I was laughing so fucking hard when he come on, and then fucking I jumped on here, and he really lost his mind.
Johnny, just think this off. Anthony says a muscle. When you told him to come over and mow your grass, just want you to know I spit my drink out. You got to stop it with all the one-liners. I think I had a good one-liner when he was talking about my pussy to being dry, and I said, I can use my ass just like you can, SoFlo. You know that? And I can slob a knob. I'm the head queen of Grand Saloon. Look that up.
Oh, my God. I'm fucking crying over here.
He don't know how to respond to that, man. He does not know how to respond to that.
Well, Johnny, here's the deal. Bikers don't give a fuck. They know how to have a good time.
That's why I knew you were a biker, and biker don't put women in their goddamn clubhouses and let them know their business either, because they know women can't keep their mouths shut.
Right.
I've been an old lady. I know how women get treated by bikers.
Hey,
keep your mouth shut.
Have you met Tommy Real Deal?
No, but I've seen him on your panel, but I'd love to talk about him.
Yeah, Tommy's an old outlaw, and we're good friends. We made friends pretty much instantly, and he's about your age, and you guys ought to fucking
don't start age shaming me and Tommy.
I'm just telling you, you're the same age as the guy. You know, I mean, fucking, you guys have a lot in common. He's an old biker. He's crazy as hell.
Well, you always put me on the bad back burner. You got all them little crying women, them little feminine types
Well,
in there,
listen.
and they just rub me the wrong way.
Next time you tell me you never panel with anybody. Well, here
I
we
don't.
sit.
Ask Johnny Mac if I ever get on a panel. I've been on 2 panels.
Well, you could,
FBS's when I exposed Lauren. Oh, they loved me then. The mob wives loved me when I exposed Lauren. And then I was
Yeah.
on Lefty's panel once, and he was telling me about rescuing that dog, and that's it. That's the only 2 panels I've ever been on.
Well, she's running around right now telling everybody that she's never been friends with Jules when we both know that's a lie.
Well,
Who
I was
is?
friends with her for I don't
Lauren
know how
is.
long, but it didn't take me long to
come
figure
on.
her out.
When I know for a
Yeah.
fact she asked me to back off Jules when I started going in on her with that sex.
I know stuff about MB muscle that would make your skin crawl. I know
I'm
her from
sure.
back in the bottom feeder days.
All right, right. And I've only known her for about 8 months, 9
Well,
months.
I've known her for a while, a long time. I know all the bottom feeders. And really, to tell you the truth, I don't trust none of them.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea to
This is
trust-
who I learned from, bro. This is where I got a lot of my information.
And he didn't
man.
listen to me either, Muscle. Johnny Mac is a bad learner.
Yep, I got on a crash course, even though she told me to get off of it, and you seen what happened, man.
Right. Well,
But she does. She's got them all pegged, bro. She's got all their
Terry,
numbers,
that
I'm
you know
telling
how it is. We live and we learn, right?
Yep, that's what you have to do.
You know, sometimes you gotta experience it to understand it. So, well,
Billy,
hey, I'll
if
tell
you're
you what,
still
guys.
in here, I still love you. I'm not scared to say
I
it.
gotta get some coffee. I seen this shit going on. I didn't even get a cup of coffee yet. For God's
I just
sake.
do things for the moment. I don't plan shit good, Chicago. That shit was eating me up. Johnny took all the clips and played them because I was too mad. I could not have done it. And then this
That's my
morning, I
pleasure.
told him and Sophie, I said, I'm going live and let fucking Chicago Muscle, let SoFlo have it and show him how good his little plan worked to shut me up.
He's so triggered he didn't even start his show yet. He's trying to get his voice back.
I don't watch him either. I get clips from people. I don't watch none of these people. I get clips. If Terry
same
Time
as me.
comes
My
out
people,
of anybody's mouth,
always go ahead.
it gets to me. Anybody mentions Terry Time, I don't care if it's in the bottom feeders, the Dirty Verse, the fish community, the Trump people. If my name is mentioned, I get a clip. Good or not.
Right. Now, I've got a lot of people on the team that watch him. So I'm like, hey, give me the highlights. I ain't got
Well,
time
how come
in the day
your
to watch
team
it.
didn't get that $5,000 bounty like my team did? Jules said. I think you need some better informants like I've got. Of course, you ain't had time to cultivate good people and figure them out like I have.
Well, I've only been doing lives for 2 months, so we'll figure it out.
But anyway, I wanted you to hear the bounty because if there's anybody broke, here's an easy $5,000. Well, it ain't easy, but here's $5,000 up in here.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. This is the weirdest thing. You put the bounty out after you say who the guy, after you identify the guy, then you put the bounty out.
And yeah,
Went out.
and let me ask you something. If you don't know my name and you know nothing about me, how can I be stolen valor? How can I be a chomo? How can I be all these things that you call me? SoFlo, you fucking piece of shit rapist. You got fucking made, bro. You got fucking made. You fucking know that everybody's onto your bullshit now and you're fucking triggered. Well, this is my last words to you. Spend that $5,000 and then come get it, you fucking pussy motherfucker. Terry, I'm gonna go get some coffee. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
having
coming
me
out.
on, sweetheart. All right, we'll talk.
Be
to you
nice
soon.
to Rolex.
We've been talking for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Well, what'd you think of that, Johnny?
I think that George that's all he's ever going to do. I mean, he hyped up that debate between him and Lee Cole for a week. Lee Cole got on the panel, and that's exactly what he did. He started screaming and hooting and hollering and ranting just like that, and it amounted to nothing. That's how he acts. He's a clown.
I'm just glad he's that triggered. And I'm going to mention him every. I don't do lives that often, but when I do a live, I mention him. I missed all of it. Y'all have a great weekend. Well, Dana, you can watch it. I'm leaving it up. I ain't taking it down.
Yeah, you'll definitely go back and watch it. You'll get a couple of laughs out of it. It definitely got loud for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh
It was
yeah,
fun.
he's Mike Slick. He said George will be on the show claiming victory, just like Piggy does. Of course he will. Of course.
Well, if anybody
That's what
watches
they
it,
do.
they're going to know it's not a victory because his goal was to make me keep my mouth shut.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I didn't even hear. There's no way he took a breath. I don't know how he did that. He was breathing and screaming at the same time, like a clown. It's a new talent he has, I guess.
He did say I looked good at first. I thought he was going to be halfway decent, and then he reverted.
Yeah, he wanted to let you allow him to talk, and then he came in with the it
I was going to
switched.
let him talk anyway. I just wanted to let him make a fool of himself. I didn't have no intention of
That he
anything.
did though. He definitely did that. He did that right from the beginning. So, all right, I'm gonna hop
Okay,
off.
I'm going to go too, guys. It's been great seeing you in here. Rewatch it if you haven't. Joey, I'm glad we're still good. You were the only reason I got upset.
I'm happy about that. That I'm happy about. Yep.
So, my wives, my feeders, bottom feeders, ciao.
See ya.
Trump 2024. Bye.